Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Coffee Talk, where I take an interesting topic and give it to you in the time that it takes to drink a cup of coffee. So grab your cup of coffee, make sure that it is piping hot. Add you a dash of sugar or, like me, a dash of non-dairy creamer. My favorite is French vanilla. And if coffee is not what you do, perhaps a herbal tea is more you. Make sure that it is steeped to perfection and add a dash of agave or honey. My favorite tea, lavender tea. And if coffee and tea are not what you do, perhaps a nice fruity smoothie is more for you. And let's get ready for today's topic, which is she tried to kill him, then forgave him. Now this happens. The Tina Campbell divorce. So now, let's grab that cup and drink it, and let's get into today's hot topic. What does the gospel demand of you when your husband commits the ultimate betrayal? Does God require you to stay? And what happens when you fight through the fire? You forgive the unforgivable. You write the books, you sing the songs, only to end up here anyway. Today we are breaking down one of the most heartbreaking stories in gospel music. The year 2026 has delivered a shockwave to the Christian entertainment world. Glendon Teddy Campbell, the husband of Mary superstar Tina Campbell, has officially filed for divorce. And at first glance, this is just another celebrity split. But for anyone who watched Mary on WEtv or read Tina's memoirs, you know this is not just another split. This is the final chapter of a story that involved infidelity, suicidal thoughts, destruction of property, and a public reconciliation that seemed to prove that God could fix anything. So what went wrong? Did the old wounds of the past ever really heal? Or was the foundation too cracked to ever hold? Let's get into it. Let's start with the facts. On April 13th, 2026, Glendon Teddy Campbell walked into Los Angeles County Court. He filed for divorce from Trishina Tina Campbell after 25 years of marriage. But now here is where the details get interesting. The couple actually separated way back in June 2024. That means that for almost 2 years, they have been living apart while presumably trying to figure out if this was salvageable. In the filing, Teddy cites irreconcilable differences. And for those of you who don't live in the state of California, that is the standard reason for filing for divorce. He was asking for visitation rights for their 2 minor children, Santana, who is 13, and Glendon Theodore II, who is 16. But here's the part that raises an eyebrow. Teddy reportedly checked a box indicating there are no separate or community property issues requiring division. For those of you who aren't legal eagles, that usually means one of 2 things. Either they have already settled everything privately like adults, or they had a prenuptial agreement. Given that, Tina is the breadwinner of the family, the Grammy-winning superstar. This is a very quiet, very clean request. He's not asking for a fight. He's just asking to leave. But to understand why he is leaving and why this hurts so much for fans, you have to rewind the tape to 2013. If you weren't watching gospel reality TV in the mid-2010s, you missed one of the rawest depictions of marriage on television. Tina and Teddy's marriage exploded publicly in 2013 and 2014. It was revealed that Teddy had been unfaithful. And this wasn't a simple slip-up. We learned that these were multiple affairs, spanning years. But the detail that shattered Tina and the audience was who one of the women was. Tina revealed on the Steve Harvey show that one of Teddy's affairs was with a woman who worked for Tina, someone she trusted. She was like a godmother to my children, Tina said. She had access to my home to get my kids. Think about that betrayal. It wasn't just the sex. It was the duplicity. It was the enemy sleeping inside the gates. And Tina's reaction? It was terrifyingly human. She didn't just cry. She saw red. In interviews promoting her book, I Need a Day to Pray, Tina admitted to some dark thoughts. She told the Christian Post that she was so low, she wanted to die. She wanted to hurt her husband. She said, and I quote, "I wanted to die, kill my children, kill my husband, and kill everybody, and go out with a bang." She admitted to destroying 3 cars with a baseball bat and having thoughts of plotting murder. Now let's pause here. The church often doesn't know what to do with a woman like Tina. When a pastor's wife or a gospel singer gets angry, we tell them to cover it. But Tina refused to cover it. She was raw. She admitted she tried to stab her husband. She said, "Either I'm going to die wrong or live right." That right there is the crossroads of the Christian faith. We are taught forgiveness, but we are human. And Tina was honest about the fact that forgiving Teddy felt like dying to herself. But then came the testimony. Against all odds, Tina and Teddy reconciled. They became the poster couple for restoration. Tina didn't just sweep it under the rug. She demanded every detail. She told Sister to Sister magazine that she needed to know everything. She required him to do the work. They renewed their vows. They wrote books. Tina's solo music became a beacon for women who were staying when it was hard. For years, it looked like they had won. They proved that the devil couldn't have their marriage. So, why the divorce now in 2026? We have to ask the hard question. Is it possible that forgiveness and marriage are 2 different things? I think that Tina Campbell showed us how to forgive like Jesus. She forgave Teddy for the affair. She did the work. She went to counseling. She prayed. But sometimes forgiveness restores the soul, but it doesn't restore the structure. Teddy's filing is quiet. It's amicable. He isn't dragging her through the mud. My theory? They likely grew apart during that separation in 2024. Perhaps the love never came back the way it was supposed to. Perhaps the trust was restored, but the romantic partnership had run its course. For the Christian viewer, this is a tough pill to swallow. We want our heroes to have fairy tale endings. But maybe Tina's final testimony isn't "I stayed married." Maybe her final testimony is I survived. She survived the betrayal. She survived the rage. She survived the depression. And now she is surviving the divorce. As a Christian who has gone through a divorce that was not amicable and that I had to heal from afterwards, I think what Tina Campbell is doing and letting go is probably the best thing for her mental health. Pray for the Campbell family. Pray for the kids. And remember, the gospel doesn't promise you a perfect marriage. It promises you peace that passes all understanding. And sometimes peace looks like a legal filing, okay? Now, do you think that Tina did the right thing by trying to save the marriage the first time? Or do you think that the damage that was done was just too deep? I would love it if we continue this conversation down in the comments section, because I think that sometimes we as Christians have very interesting views on what a marriage should be versus what a marriage actually is. Now it's time for me to go start doing more content for upcoming videos for you guys. And it's time for me to go get myself another cup of coffee because this cup is done. Now, I have a question for you. Are you already subscribed to my channel? Because if you're not, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Matter of fact, double hit that bell so you're notified of all my upcoming content. And also, please like, share this channel, and also hype it up. And I would love it if you would go ahead and follow me on my other social media. You can catch me on TikTok and Instagram as DC the Purple Diva, over on X as Purple Diva Den, and check out my other YouTube channel, The Purple Diva Den, where I do spoken word. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and blessings.